Hello everyone, welcome back to Mango & Co's Patterns. My name is Marcy and in today's video we are sewing a thong bikini bottom. But first off, follow Mango & Co's on Instagram and Facebook for new pattern updates, promos, and giveaways. There are some new patterns on the shop, so check it out and sew along with me. Now let's get started. So I have all my pattern pieces lined up and ready to be sewn. Keep in mind that you will need a 1/4 inch elastic and a loop turner. So here I have the front, back, and lining pieces of the pattern. First, I will place the back piece on top of the front piece, right sides facing each other. Then I will place the right side of the front lining to the back piece. So once again, the front piece is facing right side up, back piece right side facing down, and your front lining is right side facing down. Now I will pin and sew across all 3 layers using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. After this step, you will open up your garment like so and pin the lining to the front piece. I am now using a basting stitch on the top and sides of the front pieces. I will be using a 1/4 inch seam allowance to keep the front pieces together. Keep in mind that you will use the longest straight stitch length available on your machine. With my magic erase pen, I am marking 1/2 inch seam allowance on all 4 corners of the bikini bottom, which will later be used for the straps. Now I am sewing elastic along the top and sides like so. Keep in mind that when applying the elastic, I am placing it a 1/4 inch above my 1/2 inch seam allowance that I previously marked in blue. As you sew the elastic, you will apply a good amount of tension to the point that your garment will slightly curl. This will result in the desired fit. Now it's time to remove the basting stitches. You will simply unpick the stitches and pull them out. Now let's move on to the straps. I will be folding them right sides together like so and sewing lengthwise using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Then I will proceed to applying elastic right on top of my stitch. I am applying 0 tension on the elastic, therefore I am simply feeding the elastic through my fingers with no tension at all. Next, I will use my loop turner to turn the straps right side out. And now I am ready to stitch my 4 straps to the 4 corners. First, I am placing the strap in the exact middle of this corner. Then I will fold over the right side of the corner on top of my strap. Then I will fold over the left corner and stitch all the layers down. When folding the right corner over, make sure the elastic is centered on top of the strap. Then hand stitch it into place using the 1/2 inch seam allowance. Proceed to folding over the left corner and hand stitching it as well. To secure all the layers, I will go over it with a straight stitch on my machine. On my Baby Lock Verve machine, I used a tacking stitch in which the feed dogs don't move. On your regular sewing machine, you will simply drop your feed dogs. That way you can stitch the folds into place without the fabric moving. Make sure to stitch several times over the edges so your strap is securely sewn in. As you can see, I'm almost done, so I'm going to cut off the excess seam and turn the corner inside out. Then I will repeat for all 3 remaining corners. Now I will be folding over my elastic edges and top stitching. So I'm top stitching using a 1/4 inch seam allowance and folding the elastic edge carefully. I will start my stitch from one corner to the other. Once I reach the next corner, I will lift my foot, pivot my garment, put the foot back down, and proceed to top stitching. Now that I'm done top stitching, I will knot the end of the straps. And now the curacao thong is done. So that concludes the end of this tutorial. If you'd like to sew this style, the pattern is available at the link below in sizes extra small to XXL. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook for new swimwear patterns and other updates. Happy sewing!